Hopefully we're not as boring as what it's going to sound like in a minute. So, but it's about dogs, so it shouldn't be that boring. Yeah, we'll just go over some stuff here. What the heck? Oh, so just kind of the overview of what we'll go over. We'll go over some dog breeds, single purpose versus dual purpose dogs. I know that gets confusing for a lot of people that aren't in the cop world. Go over some tracking, what the dogs will do, evidence recovery, handler protection, narcotics, apprehension, public demonstrations, and some benefits of the canine. We also have some videos from Dunn County of where canines will come in useful. So you'll actually be seeing some camera footage off our cars. So that'll be kind of fun. So types of dog breeds, German Shepherd, everyone probably knows what that is. The biggest one now is this Belgian Malinois. Those are getting pretty popular now. And then you have a Dutch Shepherd, which is a mix. So more like 70% Malinois with the 30% German Shepherd, kind of right around there. Purpose of that is you're still getting like the high drive of a Malinois, but you're getting kind of the calmer effect with the German Shepherd. That's kind of the biggest differences there. And we'll go more in depth in a minute here. But next is the Lab Retriever. Pointer dogs, those are coming more popular, and then the Bloodhounds. So here's your basic German Shepherd. Couple pictures there. They were popular, very popular with in the canine. That's all usually they would run are German Shepherds. They're becoming less and less so. There's just kind of some stats on the male height and weight. They get pretty big. I was just out at dog selection a couple weeks ago. I saw a 110-pound German Shepherd. They can get huge. But they're very smart, loyal, obedient, and they're curious, very curious dogs. These are the new ones, these Belgian Malinois. These are getting big now, big. Like I said, very popular. They're athletic, very stubborn, hardworking, confident, and very friendly, but man, they are a handful. I mean, they are energetic like I've never seen. Very different than the German Shepherds. But yeah, the biggest reason they're going to them is that first one, very athletic. They'll jump over anything, they'll go through anything. They don't think, they just go. And here's that Dutch Shepherd. Again, this is 70% Mal, 30% German Shepherd. Dickinson has one of these. Dickinson PD has a Dutch Shepherd. They're becoming more popular. When I was at dog selection, they were saying these are coming very popular because police departments want that. They want that high drive, but they don't. I mean, it's a good and a bad. You want the high drive when you're out working, but then when you're in schools and stuff with the dogs, you want them tame with kids and everything like that, so you're kind of balancing everything out. Some stats about them there. Same thing, they're affectionate, loyal, reliable. They're a little tamer though, like a German Shepherd, not as high drive like I just said, like a Malinois. Lab Retriever, I'm sure everybody's seen these. This is going to be your single purpose. We'll get into that in a minute. But these are popular in task forces where they want single purpose, not dual purpose. We'll get into that, like I said, in a couple minutes here. But yep. Questions are good. Yeah, any of these dogs can get selected as canine, but like I said, we'll get to that in a minute because it's a single and dual. And I know like everyone's probably like, what's single, dual? But like a lab is single purpose, so they're not going to be a bite dog or anything like that. These guys are just going to be drugs. I mean, that's all they're finding are drugs.
And then I'm not meaning for this to be a racial question, but do you find males are better, females are better?
That's a good question. Yep, I just asked that actually because I wondered the same thing. The males, usually a lot of guys go with males because it's like a human. They basically told me males, they're interested. Like I don't know, I'll just say it, we do dumb stuff like the males like to do. There's no easy way to say it. Yeah, I know. But they're curious. They're very curious though, so the males, I was told, are better at that. But females, you look at the other side, females, just like a female, they're very protective. You know, just kind of like a mom over their kids, very protective, so they notice like, what's that? They get very protective, so they have that handler protection that we'll get to. They're very good with that, the females are. Because they get attached to the handler, and then, you know, which is a good and a bad too, because then they were telling me they run into problems like if you're married with kids, wife wants to go and let the dog out or something, the female's not going to like it because, again, that instinct. So it's kind of a good and a bad. But yeah, good questions though. The pointer, these are becoming new. I just learned kind of this when I went out for dog selection. These are becoming very popular, I guess. Yeah, and this is going to be your single, so these will be more, I guess they're becoming more popular in task force divisions where they just need the drug realm. That's kind of what they're looking for there. But yeah, they're very affectionate, kind, loyal, very good tempered and active. I mean, these are just like your hunting pointer dogs right here. Same thing. That's what they're using. And then you have your bloodhound. Oh man, yeah, these guys here. Oh, yeah, they have an excellent set of smell. Has anyone seen one of the bloodhounds work before? Oh yeah. Yeah, these are good. I like watching these dogs. These dogs are. Yeah, they can smell a long ways away. I think the Highway Patrol has 2 in the state now, if I remember correctly. I know we've called it in. I think we've called it in once in the gorge. Yeah, I know in Belfield they had them once, but yeah, these dogs will track for miles. If someone runs or they're missing someone, or they'll pick up a scent, then they just take off. I mean, these dogs are incredible. Yeah. So yeah, excellent set of smell. They're, like I said, they're becoming more popular. There's some stats again. They're very gentle. You can pet them, like you can walk up to these dogs, they'll love you right away. I mean.
If he can wake it up.
Yeah. And here, this is where everyone has questions now, because this gets kind of confusing for everybody. But single purpose versus dual purpose right here. So you have your single purpose dogs that are just going to do narcotics, evidence recovery, tracking, and explosive, which is your bomb dogs. But you can't have a dog do both explosive and narcotics. It can only do one thing. So basically, if you had a single purpose dog, it would be narcotics, evidence recovery, and tracking. That's it. That's what would be your single purpose. You have your dual purpose on the other side, which would be narcotics, evidence recovery, tracking, criminal apprehension, and handler protection. Or you would have explosive, evidence recovery, tracking, criminal apprehension, and handler apprehension.
Why can't you have it together?
It's too many smells from what they told me when I was out there. So you have all your narcotic smells, and then you would have all your bomb smells like C4 and all that stuff, and they said it's just too many. The dog kind of gets overloaded. What's that? Yeah. That's going to backfire on me, I have a feeling, all day here. But any questions on that? A lot of people ask that. That's a big one right there. That gets kind of confusing. And I know Nick had brought up a point out here. Everyone asks, like, hey, can we walk up to the dog and stuff? This is why usually if you've ever walked up to a canine handler and asked, hey, can I pet your dog? They'll tell you no. Like, just hold off for a couple minutes and let the dog tone down, because you can't tell. You know, right there you couldn't even tell if it was dual or single or what it is. You know, you just never know. And then here's your breeds. So your single-purpose dogs are going to be your retriever, your pointer, your German Shepherd, a Malinois, a Dutch, or a Bloodhound. And then on the other side, dual purpose, it's either going to be either a Mal, a Dutch, or a German Shepherd. And then that's the thing about walking up to the dogs like I just brought up, because your Malinois or your Shepherd or your Dutch, I mean, they could be a single purpose, and they could also be a dual purpose, you know. And once you get, and the problem with the dual purpose, not a problem, but what the dual purpose is they're trained on that handler protection. Once you get so close, you know, that you're in their bubble now, and they're trained to protect us. So, I mean, that's kind of the downfall a little bit there. So that's why, you know, when you walk up there, most guys will say, hey, just let me calm the dog down a little bit, get him down here. I mean. And then how do they assist the offices or departments? What's that? Oh, the picture there, yeah. Nick put the pictures up. So they assist us. They got an extraordinary ability to smell, hear, see, and detect what the human senses can't. So again, for tracking, evidence recovery, handler protection, narcotics, and criminal apprehension, and public demonstrations, they assist us in all those areas there. Oh, and then I wanted to back up when I was at that video. I thought of something. Back to the single and dual. So like I was saying, you have your narcotics and everything. A lot of agencies now are taking tracking there under single purpose. Like I said, it's narcotics, evidence recovery, tracking. A lot of agencies now are not letting single purpose dogs track. Because say the dog tracks, you get someone that flees or something like that, and now the dog tracks, walks up to the guy. He walks up to the suspect stabs the dog, shoots the dog. It's not trained to bite. So a lot of agencies are leaning that way, so it's almost single purpose. I mean, it's really the one thing. I mean, which, yeah, that's where the dual purpose is nice. I mean, with that tracking. But yeah, we have videos where they would come in to help. I mean, we have a video up here actually where it's coming at the end. It's probably the last video, the most serious one. There's a canine on scene, but it's a single purpose, where it should have been a dual. I mean, we have one. It's, yeah. Okay, so tracking. This one here, this is, they say when you go to canine school, this is kind of your bread and butter right here. Yeah, the dog can help you track missing kids, adults, people in distress, track suspects when they fled, perimeter searches, and they tremendously reduced the time for building searches, house searches. That's a big one right there. Those building searches and house searches, yeah, they're huge. Like I said, I mean, you can send that dog into a 2-story house. It'll get it done in 5 minutes, where you'd need 4 or 5 deputies or officers to do it. I mean, it's nice to see. Oh boy, what's this one? Is this Dan?
Will be 76 up to Highway 22 at the Dunn County and McKenzie County border. See where you went. 3416. I will also be 76 up to Highway 22 at the Dunn County McKenzie County line with 4418. 3264, I've got the truck here. It's this white diesel. Have 1831 circle back to me. I copy. Wait, this is 6431. 6431, Gilbert. Back in the service area. Available. Come on, Katie, 34 to number. Did you have that vehicle stopped? The vehicle stopped on Bruce Street here. I'm pretty sure the driver bailed. I've got one individual at gunpoint, so I'm going to detain him for now.
10. Attentional units, 3264, admiral subject at gunpoint on Bruce Street and 5th Avenue Northwest. One subject believes the driver has fled.
So this one's a speed was 133 miles an hour going up Highway 22 and into Killdeer. When they got into town, they did not slow down. They eventually jumped out of their vehicle. The one guy wasn't fast enough or smart enough to run. The other two did. So we could have used the dog for tracking at this point in time to track down the other two individuals. It took us 2 days to basically get those other two individuals caught. One of the suspects that got arrested. He had a bunch of marijuana on him, intoxicated. The two individuals that fled, they were also intoxicated in this vehicle, driving 133 miles an hour, and then through town they were at speeds over 60 miles an hour. So if we would have had the dog, we could have had him that night, got him off the street and everything, but Unfortunately, they ran through the trees over in this area and we lost them. Any questions on that video?
They get better. They get better. So I was tracking evidence recovery, where they're, they throw a lot of times in pursuits. They'll be throwing stuff out the window. That's a nightmare at 3 o'clock in the morning to try to find that stuff. Probation search warrants. They're nice for that. Again, lost throwing during foot chases, and yeah, throwing into buildings when they're running and fleeing. I mean, just anything they're throwing or we need to find, that's where the dog is nice.
You got the center of the spike that went off the tank in here. Vehicle's stopping off the 127. I got tire smoke. There it goes. There's the tire. Check door. Behind you. Negative on the stopping. We're approaching the intersection. Vehicle pulling to the right. Vehicle stop. Vehicle stop. In with you. Looks like. Whoa! Whoa! Put your hands up! Stop! Walk backwards! They are on foot. Get on your knees!
10-4, 3259, or 3259, 3259, what direction are you headed?